And there he is up at his new weight then, super featherweight. That's 9 stone 4, and he came in right on the button. Despite what I thought was a silly protest, really, from Thomas de Cruz's people. Carlos Peters, his name is. He was jumping up and down because he hadn't quite seen the scales balance, but in fact I was there also, and Mcguigan came back and jumped on them again, and he was very relaxed, extremely relaxed. So remember now, it's a cool evening here at Luton, and he's got to keep working and working up a bit of a sweat there, Mcguigan. The old Cockney firm there, the think tanks in his corner almost, Ernie Fossey and Jimmy Tibbs now. He's taken over from his former Irish trainers and thing now that he's changed camps and is working under the Frank Warren banner. It's gone up to WBC number 6 on the strength of 1 win, only 1 fight in 22 months, Mcguigan. So that's what the ratings committee think of him. He's always been quality, right back from his amateur days. Gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games, fought for Ireland in the Moscow Olympics. And we're going over to the announcer then, Peter Dennis, to introduce them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event in this Frank Warren promotion from Luton Football Club, sponsored by Ryanair in association with the Luton International Airport. A super featherweight contest of 10 rounds, 3 minutes each round. The contest made at 9 stone 5 pounds, 131 pounds. This is an elimination contest for the world title. Fighting out of the red corner, ranked number 4 in the world by the World Boxing Council, with 30 wins, 17 of them by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Francisco Tomas da Cruz. And fighting out of the blue corner, in blue shorts, with 32 contests, 30 wins. 22 by knockout. From Ireland, the Clone Cyclone, the former featherweight champion of the world, the one and only Barry Mcguigan. Ladies and gentlemen, please sit down in your seats. Would you please take your seats immediately? Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. At the weigh-in at 12 o'clock today, da Cruz scaled 9 stone 3 3/4 pounds, 129 3/4 pounds. Mcguigan scaled 9 stone 4 pounds, 130 pounds. Your timekeeper, Mr. Teddy Turner. Your referee, Mr. Larry O'Connell.
So there it is now. Larry O'Connell has already obviously been into the dressing room with an interpreter, presumably to talk to de Cruz. But de Cruz has fought in Europe before, not successfully with Chavez, who's now the present lightweight champion of the world. So he's really steamed up now, Barry Mcguigan, but this fellow, good boxer, and his management say, in boxing terms, he's got a strong chin. Well, we'll find out. Scheduled for 10 rounds, and as you can see, he's got good advantage in height here, de Cruz. But the training drills of Mcguigan, again, have been very impressive. He really is so much stronger, just 4 pounds heavier as when he was world featherweight champion. And the last time he was in the open air on the football ground, of course, Queen's Park Rangers, he won the world championship against Pedrosa. well advanced chance of here we go for Mcguigan, but I'm sure he's got a deaf ear to that. He's got too much on his mind at the moment. What I could see of the Cruz doing just a brief workout while he was in London. Got a pretty sharp right-hand punch. He flicks with the left hand, then crosses with the right-hand punch. He's got to get his timing right now, Mcguigan. It's never easy. Only one fight in 22 months. And that little split second between impulse and action, that's when you've been out the ring for a while, that often happens in shows. Fancies himself as a bit of a moving Pele, Jim, this fellow. He comes from the same town, at least he lives in St. Paulo. He comes from Recife.
Well, he is a slick boxer, but that was a good right hand from Mcguigan there. Caught the Cruz a little bit high, seemed to shake him slightly. I don't know if it's troubled him seriously, but it caught him just above the eyebrow and looked to shake him slightly. But Mcguigan will obviously want a good start. He seemed a lot more keyed up in his comeback than he was in his first career, so we're looking for a good start to get right into this fight and get all his old confidence back. Another good right hand from Mcguigan.
Just flicked past his chin there, Jim, just a whisker. Surprising the length actually of Mcguigan's arms, although the other fellow looks so much taller with a reach advantage. He has exceptional reach, Mcguigan. It's deceptive. Well, a good searching round that, Jim, I thought, didn't you? Had a good look at each other, and he's not a bad boxer, this fella.
It was a good opening round, and the first minute and a half of the round, Mcguigan was made to miss several times and missed quite badly. But as the round progressed and towards the last minute of the round, he started to get through with his punches, get through with a couple of very good right hands, one which seemed to slightly shake the Cruz a little bit, but an excellent first round.
Meanwhile, he's getting the wash and brush up treatment there from Jimmy Tibbs, and in replay now you see, what's this left hand, it goes through there, and then Mcguigan starts to look to throw the right hand punch, so it doesn't quite unleash it at that point.
10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5. Seconds out. Round 2.
Coming out for the second round then. It's very much a world championship eliminator, this. They both come inside the super featherweight limit of 130 pounds, 9-4. Mcguigan looks just a quarter of a pound heavier, doesn't mean anything. Sets his standards very high, Mcguigan. He said, I don't want to talk negative about that I'm not satisfied with my performance of not going on. I just want to get this one over and box well and satisfy myself. He worked so hard at the game. And as far as money's concerned, one would expect that he'd be safe for life anyway. He's now a company director. A little bit of a chess match they're playing here, Jim, aren't they? Trying to kid to each other a little bit to lead and counter.
Yeah, I've always felt that Mcguigan is one of the best. I see Mcguigan's complaining about Cruz's head there, but I've always felt that Mcguigan is one of the best pressure fighters Britain's ever produced, and he's now beginning to exert some of that pressure, pushing the Cruz back. This is what Barry does best, and this is what he must do.
Surprised at him complaining there. That's not normally Barry's game. He's been accurate with the body shots too, Mcguigan. Sometimes he's been known to drop them low, but he's been very accurate so far with the left hook. That's the punch. The right hand over the top of the Cruz's left lead can do the damage there. There it is again, clipped right around the ear. And now he knows he can get through with it, Mcguigan. He's going to let that punch go a lot. Watch for that. Oh, he's really got him on the hook here. This will be a really good performance if he can do him in the second. And it looks like he's going to, because he's trying to cover up the Cruz and he won't go down. He did this with Chavez. But now will Larry O'Connell give him every chance to come back? Yes, it looks as though he will. And he's fighting his way back. He's a gutsy guy. Because that really was a good salvo of shots there coming in from Mcguigan.
He also came back with a good punch of his own. That was a solid hook. He landed high in Mcguigan's head. Certainly plenty of courage and a good chin, as his manager said before the fight.
Now we're coming up to the end of the second. Jim, have a look at this in replay then.
Mcguigan really took over there. Some tremendous punches. It looked as though the Cruz was going over, and just as it seemed it was all over, he come back with a cracking punch of his own. But at last, Mcguigan has shown the power to trouble the Cruz, and that must have lifted his confidence tremendously. Look at the punches going through here. Very accurate, very solid all the way through. Doesn't leave the Cruz alone. Little bit of success, and Barry really opens up. But the Cruz come back with a good punch of his own just in the middle of this burst. Maybe we'll see that now. There it is. That's the punch he come back with. A good left hook of his own, but all Barry in that burst.
Round 3. Well, he's really got the excitement back into the crowd now, but I tell you, the referee did well there, I thought, Leo O'Connell, to give the Cruz every chance, and I've seen contests stop at that point many a time, but he quite rightly let him get on because he really started to come back, as Jim Watt pointed out there.
Well, the Cruz is a world title contender. He's a world-class fighter, so the referee O'Connell gave him a chance to come back, and he did come back.
Got to really stand on his toes, as they say. Mcguigan's got to always get in punching range, pushing the man back. Oh, doubled that up. Body, switched it to the head. Brilliant right hand shots, those. Well, there's no ring rust there, Jim, is there? It really is good stuff.
Now, this is excellent stuff from Mcguigan, even going back now and counter-punching, showing us a little bit of everything, and you can see the extra power he has at super featherweight. Far more comfortable at that poundage.
Oh, he's doing a job again here on the Cruz. The Cruz's gum shield comes flying out there. And the referee's kicked it back to the corner there. The old promoter from Brazil, Abe Katz-Nelson, working in the corner. He promoted, funny enough, another Irishman, John Corbell's fight with Ada Joffrey. That's the way to duck inside punches. They're wild shots, and Mcguigan could see them coming, but still stood his ground, just moved his head enough. Minute to go in round 3. Doubling up the punches again. He's looking to the corner, the Cruz, Jim. That's a bad sign. He's looking for a way out here. Shall I go? He's holding on. He's brave enough there, and it looks as though he's dying for the referee to come in, because at this point he is not throwing punches back, or is he going to do as he did in the previous round? Soak it up and then try and come back.
If he doesn't throw something back, referee O'Connell's going to have to move in. He's doing nothing.
He's so wild too, Cruz, when he comes back. It's all desperation stuff. Right above us now. And it's a question, surely, how long Larry O'Connor's prepared to let this fellow take. He's not taking them all on the chin, and saved by the bell again, and falls into O'Connell's arms. But it's a long haul back for this fellow. And there's the elderly Abe Katz-Nelson, who can hardly get in the ring. He must be top in 80 now, I would have thought. Nearly, anyway. And this fellow, he kind of ran out of ambition in the middle of it, Jim. Once they start looking to the corner, we may be able to see that in replay. No, it's got past that point.
I think Mcguigan punched all the fight out of Cruz in that round. Cruz was looking over at his own corner, looking for some help, looking for some advice, and none was forthcoming. But Mcguigan just kept the pressure all the way through. He didn't sag or lag, he didn't drop the pace. So obviously Mcguigan is in excellent condition, far more power than Cruz has, and he's got control of this fight far sooner than anyone expected him.
10 seconds.
Get off.
So Larry O'Connor's been staring all through that round at Thomas de Cruz. He went to walk towards the corner. He didn't interfere. He let the seconds get on with it. Into round 4. And it really is a world-class performance now by Barry Mcguigan. This man's rated WBC number 4, IBF number 5. Have identical records. They're both 27 years old. It looks so much of an even match on paper, but there you go. Home ground advantage now for Mcguigan. He only lives a left hook away from the Luton ground. Love the way he stands right in front of the Cruz there. He's not scared to get inside punches, Jim. That takes a bit of doing.
No, well, this is the old Mcguigan. We wondered if we would get him back again, but we do have him back again because everything is as it was before. Good attack, good punches, good power and good defence. Really an excellent performance so far from Mcguigan.
Mcguigan really looking for that big finisher. He'd like this one to have the sort of finality of a gunfight, wouldn't he? That's the way back, to show the Americans that I'm ready. And they're going right above us, and he really is showing the distress signals now in the 4th round. And yes, it's all over. There was inevitable finish, because even in his own corner there, de Cruz and the referee being compassionate with him as Mcguigan jumps into the arms of his brother, who's always first in the ring, the ejector-seat brother, I call him, with the trainer Jimmy Tibbs, who said he's never trained such a more competent fighter in his life as this fellow. And Barry's back definitely in world class after that. We were a bit non-committal when he fought Nicky Perez at Alexander Palace. Has so much pride, Jim. He really is the true pro, isn't he?
That was a tremendous performance. He didn't just defeat de Cruz, he completely and totally dominated him. Cruz looked apart in the first round, but as soon as Mcguigan raised the pace and really went to work, he got control of the fight and he kept control of the fight. He could have stopped Cruz in the earlier round, but he made no mistake there. The referee had no choice but to stop the fight.
There's his kid brother in there again with Barry. He always ducks through the security guard there as the official pictures are being taken. And, he's doing it well there, O'Connell. He's turning him round for the press Fleet Street Brigade there. Had a good moment there for Barry, isn't he? Being able to carry his youngster around there. And all this trimmings makes such good pictures for the newspapers, doesn't it? They love this man. He's just a natural, and all they say about him is true. He's a nice guy.
Barry, you said you wanted to find out a few things about yourself and about your future in this fight. What is the future for you?
I said I'm not going to put myself in the corner, Jim, when you're trying very difficultly to put me in the corner, but I'm not going to commit myself at this stage. All I can say is I'm happy with that. He was very strong. I hit him with some good shots, and he would not go down. But he's a tough guy. Chavez only done him in 3 rounds, and he never put him down. And he gave Chavez a great fight. So I was very happy with it. I'm sharp, I'm quick, and I'm not missing the target too often, you know.
Right.
I'm happy with that.
In your first fight, you were very self-critical. You said you were unhappy with your timing, but you got right into your work so quickly tonight. You must be delighted.
Yeah, well, I worked very hard for this one. All credit to Jimmy Tibbs. He put me into superb condition. I'm very, very happy with him. He's doing a marvellous job with me. And I think it showed tonight that I was on the ball, and I'm very, very pleased. I'm very thankful that Frank Warren has given me a chance to resume my career and become world champion again. I'm just very happy.
Millions of people watching here and watching in America. They're seeing the finish of the fight here, Barry. I'm sure you'll be delighted to see it once again.
Yeah, well, I see the left hook at the end there, but he was presenting very little target, and I was trying to hit him round the side, and a few times I was borderline, but I'm trying very hard to get that right, and I'm working very hard on it in the gym. I think I've got better combinations now. I'm throwing more punches, and Jimmy has done an amazing job with me as far as putting my combinations together. You know, as you can see there, once I had him going, I never let him off the hook. He was a tough guy, but Jimmy just predicted it exactly right. He said, this guy's going to be a hard guy. Just like Frank, we both said he was going to be tough for a few rounds, but just keep on top of him, keep picking away at him, and he fought it hard.
Next time in the ring, is it going to be for the world title?
That's a $60 million question.
That's why I asked it.
I know, I'm not going to answer it either. I'm going to go in holidays, have a rest, and I'm going to make my mind up.
A better Barry Mcguigan second time round, you feel?
I think so. A stronger Barry Mcguigan anyway, and I think I proved that tonight. That's a fully fledged junior lightweight, a big man, and I've done the job.
And just a word about the support you've received here.
Marvellous, absolutely incredible. Very happy with it. They seem to have adapted me very well here at Luton, and who knows, Frank? Could be more there. Thank you very much. Thanks, Frank.
So what a stunning performance there by Barry Mcguigan, literally. He did say